Alright, back to more Endwalker. It was almost 85. A lot of stuff happened yesterday. Looking forward to continuing on. It's early too, so I shouldn't have much of a wait. Okay, only 9 people. Yeah, it's like 5 a.m. So a lot of stuff happened yesterday. Ooh, I like that. Alright. We gotta go this way. For running way. Yeah, just set. They might actually repurpose this ship too to be like a staging ground for what's going to happen, because I think they're going to want to stand their ground and fight whatever's coming. Throw mouse balls with... Okay. Gonna hit the... I'm assuming... Where is he? He's supposed to be really fast. Got him. Oh, that's smart. This is meant to be a joke, it isn't funny. A moose. Yes, I'm running away. Do you mind explaining why you hit me in the face with your balls of mouse flesh? I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days. Ah, that's the most ridiculous thing I've heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As if we've got time to look in the final days and there's so much to do before the Great Voyage. It's true that Heidelin did impart to us some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other Lapor around here. Less, probably. I don't know why anyone think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert, but they'd better hope I don't get my paws on them. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, but if there's nothing else, I have work to do. And I'm off. Okay. Excuse me. Oh no, you caught him? I mean, well done, you. Something's going on. Any luck? I tried near the entrance, but there's no sign of him. I could find neither hide nor hair of him. How did you fare? So he knows no more than the others. Care to explain yourself, Growing Way? Well, you see, I I misremembered, yes, that's it. Misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. Afraid I'm drawing a blank though, Treasure. I can't remember what I was thinking of. An unrelated note, what of Oriange? I assume you spoke with him earlier? But did you say when he'll be returning? On his way to the Watcher's Palace or Living Way? Between Growing sudden lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe our time would be better spent lending Oriange a hand. Lending Oriange a hand. What? Now hold on a moment. It's all coming back to me. Yes, I remember. The information you're looking for is in the archives. Yes, that's where you'll find all sorts of useful knowledge, including that pertaining to the final days. Now, setting things straight. Some scheme was afoot, surely Oriange would be the first to see through it. Then again, he does tend to give others the benefit of the doubt. I'm beginning to grow tired of these games. Me too. Not this game, though. Heart of the matter. Oh, what to do. I promised living way I would help, but... No, I promised I'd help, so that's what I'll do. The archives are on the second floor of the main plaza of the eastern wing. Follow me. I suspect the law poets are up to something, but if there is aught to be learned of final days, I think it best we play along, for now at least. Agreed. This area doesn't look nice though. To the second floor. I said use the teleporters, but I never did. Oh, maybe it's specific ones? Oh, you have to click on it, I see. Yep. The architecture of this place is impressive, though more than a little confusing to navigate. Is it too much to ask for clearly marked exits, or a map, perhaps? What other knowledge do you suppose we could glean from their archives? The archives are right through this door, but it seems to be locked. I guess we'll just have to go and find whoever has the key. Growing way, enough. If you have not else to tell us the final days, you need only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here, as you well know. Did you yourselves not tell us we must act quickly? Yes, we did, but the moon is to be a perfect paradise for the people of Aetheris, and we're running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. We hoped you'd see the wonders we had to offer, but you found nothing but faults and flaws in our work. Only one of you saw our potential, so you others must be kept here. Ah, so that's Living Way's game. Runs about in circles, and failing that, lock us away so we can't put the plan at risk. Everyone except Urianger. He understands what is at stake, what must be done. I fear you've misjudged us, Growing Way. Never have we decried the notion of using the moon as a means of escape. That said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Aetheris and her reflections to their doom. If there's a way to avert the final days, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but our efforts would never be at the expense of your plans. But why would you take that risk? There's no room for ifs and maybes now. People of Aetheris will escape here to the moon, they'll be safe, and we'll finally get to see all their happy, smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave. We just can't. Do what you must, but try not to hurt them. I'll be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. I say we knock these ones out, split up, and make our way to the exit. Agreed. Let us reconvene where our ghost awaits outside. Alright. Sorry, little dudes. I don't like hurting you. Fire and Moonstone? Nice. Ooh, ether current. Let's grab that. Dash. I hope I don't go into combat as soon as I drop down. Wait a minute. I just need to go over there. So I don't need to drop down. 5. Here you are. Didn't rough them up too badly, did you? Good, you're here. Must hurry to the Watcher's Palace, find Oriage.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Aetheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. 'Tis clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Aetheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loperids were born of Heideland's love for Aetheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well. That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure, but one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words. A judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And Living Way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer. The anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort. To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home. Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind. If being the operative term.
That flower, how came it into your possession? Eidolon. How very like her. Guided by its light, we come to know her true intentions. Intentions which remain a mystery even to us. In our time we called it Opus. You would do well to remember the name. Elpis.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Aetheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Has to be the forum, I'm guessing.
Agreed.
Charlian.
The Charlian Forum, yes?
What? How did you know?
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement.
Yeah, pretty obvious.
Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
I chanced to spy you crossing the chasm and I feared something was amiss. But all is well, and more importantly, I have been given the opportunity to behold a wonderful sight. Keep the Elpis close, and its light will be your guide. Declaration of hopes and aspirations. I hadn't thought of it that way before. Lockports may be in good hands now, but that doesn't change the fact that their plan is a last resort I'd rather not employ. Let's see it doesn't come to that for the first and all the other reflections. Lockports think so highly of the people of Aetheris, it seems as if evacuation plan is the only way they know to express their adoration. If we had been more clean in our intentions from the start, mayhap we could have avoided this wrinkle. More clear in our intentions. Something to keep in mind in future. The others will be so happy to hear Ryanje is going to stay and teach us all about Aetheris. We'll have to be careful not to get too distracted by his lessons. There's still maintenance to carry out after all. Nice to meet you. Name's Puddingway. Sorry again for all the trouble. We promise we'll do better. Honest. He said pudding, but I think it is pudding. I don't know. Well, that was all rather embarrassing, wasn't it? At least we're on the same page now. People and Aetheris. We'll save both, or at least give it a good try. Make sure you listen around you, would you? Till growing way, I look forward to our next walk together. You Loppers sure are an excitable bunch. Till growing way, I look forward to our next walk together. I will. I'm sure he'll be glad to hear it. Okay. You could probably pick all three, but I'll just stick with this one. There's little I can do to help stop the final days, but should you need to know of star traversal, look no further. Such knowledge I can offer in abundance, so do not hesitate if you find yourself wanting. It was a relief to see Living Way was pleased with my gift of ink. To serve and serve well, though their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. No easy task to prepare them for what must needs be done, but gladly do I embrace this duty, even if it doth necessitate that we part ways for a time. Forgive me my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you, and all our fellow scions. When next I return to Theris, I pray I find you all in good health and good spirits. I need not remind you of the dangers we face, nor the countless lives at stake, both in the source and its reflections. Go with courage, my friend, and pray give the others my regards. Turning home. Your excursion on the moon concluded, Ishtola is keen to return to Theris. Loppers in Rianja's capable hands, we needn't worry about affairs here in our absence. Knowing now the face of their earthly collaborators, there is much to discuss with Alphino and the others. Let's return to the Tower of Babel. Our battle for the star will soon begin in earnest, and we must be prepared. Farewell. I always think of the, what is it, Castrum when I hear that music. I forgot how cold it was here in Garlemald. Testament to Loppert's ingenuity, I felt no such discomfort on the moon. Gods, I can scarcely believe we went to the moon and back. But we'll have time to reflect on that later. Right now we need to head back to Camp Broken Glass to deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. I'd like very much to know how everyone is getting on here as well. We'd only just begun to treat the temper prisoners when we left. Share your curiosity, but warning our allies the final days is of greater importance. I speak not only of the contingent, of course. The heads of state of every nation must know what we have learned. We know not when or where or in what manner the final days will begin to manifest, so we must see that everyone is prepared. Agreed. We may wish to stress the importance of discretion lest the public be sent into a panic, not that anyone is in a position of responsibility should need to be told as much, but it bears repeating. Anyway, first things first, Camp Broken Glass. so weird that we're only like really halfway. We're not even halfway through the whole thing. That feels like that would have been endgame stuff. Crazy. Arrow, at last you are returned. It's good to see you all again. No worse for your lunar adventure, I hope. We've done what we can for now, and believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. Before we do, might you tell us what's become of Garlemald in our absence? We succeeded in subduing the Tempered inside the Tower of Babel. We took many alive, but combined with those who are already in our custody, the number requiring care has grown exponentially. The inclement conditions here have made it difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all here, and so we have petitioned the aid of the allied nations. Some are understandably hesitant to proffer assistance, particularly those that were but recently subject to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. With the assistance of your fellow scions, we endeavor to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of their tempering. Will all the Tempered be relocated? Not all, no. We have sufficient shelter to attend to those whose treatment has begun, and enough healers have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. Ulysses is one such patient, though. Ulysses is one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it is a miracle he and those in his company were not harmed in the chaos. If not for Alphino and Alice's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be with us today. In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decisions regarding Garlemald? Given the tremendous ramifications of what has happened here, it will take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep a close watch over the provinces. We have other news to share. Shortly after Anima was defeated, we received reports that each and every tower has vanished. Whoa. For a mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as that you experienced with Abner. Those who were trapped within them have been rescued and are receiving treatment. To hasten this endeavor, the beast tribes have received instruction in the magics needed to cure tempering. Master Matoya is no doubt thrilled the mother Porxia affords her so many visitors. Yes, we are grateful for her ongoing efforts, as well as those of our comrades near and far. As for the contingent, several of our members have been granted leave to return to their homelands after transfer of Tempered has been completed. Lucia and I will remain, along with a small force, to continue offering aid to those here in Garlemald. The Empire may be no more, but there are yet those who call these lands home. I believe that accounts for recent events here. So, what of the moon and the Telophoroi? Final days, gods. Final days, gods. Prayed your victory and mark the end of our troubles. There's still much we do not know, but the Alliance leaders must be told. Would you be willing to contact them in our stead? Yes, of course, I will send word forthwith. We'll also release your fellow scions from their present duties, that they may return to Charlian. Your energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. Speaking of your fellow scions, you'll be happy to hear that Mistress Kryl, though still on the mend, has been moved to the Baldessian Annex and given into Tataru's care. Thank you, I look forward to seeing them both upon our return. Let's be on our way then. One last thing, if I may. After your confrontation with Zodiark, you said Xenos took his leave, and in all likelihood he has returned here to Garlemald. I have a mind to dispatch scouts to try and ascertain his whereabouts, but first wish to ask if you believe there is merit in doing so. If they found him, they would not likely live to tell the tale. If you're expecting a trail of destruction to follow, you won't find one. An admirable but futile endeavor. If they found him... If they found him, they would not likely live to tell the tale. Yeah. Suppose you're right. To dispatch good soldiers in pursuit of such a beast would be to send them to their deaths. Pray forget, I entertained the notion. On the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. It announced the Crown Prince condemned his role in the Empire's downfall. His very title has become a source of shame among his former subjects, and its continued use serves only to hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, he has been declared a Xenos Viator Galvus, outcast enemy of Garlemald. Daniel is no more, and now his own people turn against him. It seems he's not, but his bloodlust keep him company. Better that than an army to see it sated. At any rate, I will not keep you longer. I pray you safe passage back to Charlan. Once my countrymen have recovered, it falls to me to tell them what's become of Xenos and the Empire. I realize there is no kindness in withholding the truth, but it will wound them. Your findings will be relayed to the Alliance leaders word for word, and should we spy anything out of the ordinary here in Garlemald, all shall be informed at once. Thank you. Oops. Oops. Hello. Oh, it's good to. Oh, it's so good to see you and free from chilblains, I take it. Please know everything's been kept in order since you've been away. I even brought a few useful knickknacks with me from back home. No sooner had they arrived than I received word of Crown poor health. And you on the moon. If you meant to give me a fright, you succeeded. Welcome back, Arrow. We are so terribly worried about you. Though it is plain I have caused my own fair share of worry. For that I apologize. Madeline called to me that day when you entered the Tower of Babel. Her pleas were faint but desperate. I knew at once she required a vessel to carry out her will. Came after feels like a dream, barely remembered, my body flowing through the life stream toward Garlemald. When I regained consciousness, I was all aches and frostbite, exhausted of ether. So exhausted, in fact, I could only laugh, or it was in that moment I understood Raha's weariness from the Tower of Zot. I could laugh at a time like this, though we prevented Zodiac from being unleashed upon the world. I'm curious to know what else took place there on the moon. I'm never going to look at the moon the same way again. The fact that it's a giant ship is crazy. Perhaps we should wait for the others to join us before you give your account. Let's reconvene the main hall once they've arrived. For a blessing, I've recovered enough to get out of bed. Even if I hadn't, I could not well miss you recount your exploits on the moon. Sorry to have kept you all waiting. Not at all, we understand you've been quite busy. Will Urianger be joining us? Duty keeps him away, I'm afraid, though Arrow can explain why better than I. Surprised this stuff isn't voice acted. Final days, as befell Emerald. And we are to escape via the moon? What of the source and his reflections? I have no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruin. So, how do we stop this? Unfortunately, we have no answers at present. The celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case in the time of Amaranth. The solution would be to alter the flow of ether throughout the entirety of the star. Ancients accomplished this by summoning Zodiark, sacrificing half the star's population in doing, but it should go without saying that such a sacrifice cannot be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days. A feat which even the Emeratians could not accomplish. Fortunately, we found no clues in Mare Lamentorum. There's still much we do not know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. Final days were marked by the corruption of the Emeratians' creation magics, but we command no such power, which invites a question why havoc is in store for us. If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallel with the events of the past, thereby form some semblance of a plan. Perhaps we should start with the Forum, then. Having worked with Lopperts and Secret all this time, there's surely more they can tell us. Forgive the interruption, but I have urgent news. Forum is holding a public assembly in the plaza outside, some sort of announcement. What is Father up to now? Only one way to find out. Excuse me. Only one way to find out, by sneezing.
Order! Order, I say! I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan. Nay, of this very star. Said affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly. You You may have heard rumors of the Telophoroi and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The Endbearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
I've never heard this prophecy.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
Master Le Veilleur, if you would.
Very well. "270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea. This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret. What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself. She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children and deliver them from this doom. Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon. Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago. Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the Great Exodus. For his impressive contributions and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Le Veilleur to oversee this initiative.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be. It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit. Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave. Thank you. I shan't be long.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the Moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Sharlayan, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures, and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome, nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence. This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done. That we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Bold words call for bold action. And there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested. Wouldn't you agree? And having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
Shall we then? To the Annex, to prepare for tomorrow.
That's actually smart of the team to do that, to have them just flat out tell everyone, because I thought it was going to be some dramatic, oh, we're going to have to go to the forum, we're going to have to convince them to tell everyone, or we're going to have to tell people, and, you know, go through that whole thing. It's just like, yeah, let's just tell everyone the plan. Which is good. So rest must needs be had. Crowell tells me the forum made a rather momentous announcement. So there's to be a great exodus, is there? Reminded my narrow escape from the Isle of Val, the realization that running to make sure relief from after. Why me? I asked myself, why me? Why us? Why now? Why wonder? There's no use fretting over cosmic morality or lack thereof. We're here and we'll get through this together, and who knows, maybe my luck will rub off. Grant everyone a narrow escape. There's no harm in praying for as much. Open enough for my rambling. I'm sure you're exhausted. Your chamber awaits.
Craving a midnight snack, were you? I did consider bringing a few sweets, but decided this wasn't an appropriate occasion. I couldn't sleep. Had a few things on my mind. I know it's late, so I'll try not to talk your ear off. It's Xenos. I keep thinking back to Garlemald when he'd taken control of your body. An altogether terrifying experience, to say the least, and one that served as a harsh reminder. No one, no matter how strong or quick or clever, is invincible. Not even you. And as much as it might seem at times that you are, one misstep, one mistake, and that's that. Which is why, even though I know you've heard it 1,000 times before, I'm going to tell you to take better care of yourself. Because you really, really should. It goes without saying that we're all committed to this fight. But that doesn't mean that we need to throw our lives away. You know how I feel about noble sacrifices. Right, that's settled. We'll be keeping the acts of gratuitous bravado to a minimum. When I looked father in the eye and swore we'd find a way to avert this tragedy, it wasn't a promise just for him. It was a promise for you, too.
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Thank the Ilsebar contingent, more like. Word is, they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
Aye, I heard the same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum, too. But is it true they brought back tempered Garlean soldiers?
That music sounds really, really eerie. Sure things happen.
As Commander Aldin tells it, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
I see. Well, that's a relief then. I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Wanted to think about it for a while yet. But to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
Another day, another commission of paramount importance. Oh, what have we here? Hey, Are you all right? Was that? No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more.
Get out of there, Aaronville. Aaronville.
The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat is abated. Yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
Holy shit. Number one, I wonder if you pick any of those answers if you can talk to them. Like, way to pick your favorite. Second, I chose Alzay because I like Alzay. I feel like her and I have always been a good team. Especially, you know, during Shadowbringers and just before it. That's why. Oh, I have to get to 85. Shit. Okay, damn. I actually can't. I can't believe that doesn't give you enough experience for that. So I need to... Actually, no, let's go to, get some attunement stuff done. Damn. I can't believe that doesn't give you enough experience to do that. Do some of these attunement ones. Knocking away would like you to call upon a friend. Hail person, yes, you. Do you have a moment? Yep. You see, ever since we awoke for inspection, a friend of mine has been acting a little funny, funnier than usual even. I can hear him sighing from all the way over here. I would go and call on him as I do, but he always insists that nothing's wrong. I think he'd be unable to help himself from opening up to you, though. He always says he has always been ever so fond of people. Would you mind lending him an ear or two? Yep. Many thanks to you. My friend's name is Dreaming Way, and he should be somewhere nearby. Just follow the lamentatious snuffling. Very certain nature sounds the stress emanating from the eastern quadrant. Oh crap, I was going to do that bonus one. Sorry, stay focused, Dreaming Way. Sure, you're no working way, but... Oh my. You're not a lot for it. Am I dreaming? Is day finally here? Am I truly talking with a visitor from Etheris? Whatever can I help you with, kind sir? Or your friends asked me to check on you. I should be asking you that very same question. Put you up to such thing. In any case, I couldn't bother an honored guest with my silly troubles. If you insist, perhaps I could share a nibble of what's on my mind. But first, may I ask your name? I'm Arrow. Arrow, a truly spectacular name, sure speaks to your character in one way or another. So if only I could say the same for mine. Perhaps it's a mistake to choose Dream from that tome of words, for try as I might, I have no such thing, and seeing everyone else live up to their names since their awakening has only made me more aware of it. People of Theris and the other paw seem to dream a great deal. You have any advice for me? Focus on what you love to do. But that's the problem. I haven't the foggiest idea what that would be. My fellow operates might. I've known them since we were created, so perhaps they see something in me that I cannot. With their help, you must be able to find an objectively appropriate dream for me to pursue. You know best what would be of service to mankind, after all. I'm all ears, so you need only tell me once you come up with something, anything at all. Alright, gotta find something. The others have something to say about me. He's no sluggard, I can tell you that. He's happy to lend a paw when there's work to be done. Compared to some of the others, well, let's say that he's a great help. So just helping others. Maria's never been one to stand about twiddling his paws, unlike some. I was worried this might happen, though, that I would be short of experience on that. Oh, that's quest one. You want to know about Dreaming Way? I can't say I know him terribly well. He's always rushing off on a new task. As soon as you finish the old one, I've always thought him a good sort, though. Dreaming Way is always there when I need him, and always rushing off to the next thing that catches his eye when I don't. Dreaming Way, he can do anything he sets his mind to. He doesn't complain about getting his paws dirty either. That said, I'm not sure I can think of anything he's particularly gifted at. Doubt there's anything he can't do, really. Do they have a lot of interest to share? Please say they did. That's more or less what I expected, I suppose. Nice enough, but no way gifted. Sign. Perhaps I was never meant to dream. It's never too late to dream. You really think so? Goodness, people are truly as kind as they say. In that case, I promise not to give up until we found my dream, even if it's the last thing I do. Huh, that got grim. Let's exhaust our other ops before we go for anything potentially lethal, shall we? Go knock out a Fate here. Well, actually, let me see something here. That would be 100. Now we'll knock out we'll do these ones. These ones are quick. Brusque opera as a mind do something dangerous, clearly heard of your proclivity for recklessness. Here you have a penchant for excitement and adventure, is that correct? Yep. I assume in your travels you have doubtless heard tales of the Allagans. Allagans, don't get me started. Yes, nearly everything wrong with the world seems to be their fault. Allagans, don't get me started. Thought as much. I asked because I have plans to survey an Allagan relic not far from here. The weapons guarding, however, make it too dangerous for me to go alone. I trust you see where this is going, so are you interested in the little adventure? Yep. Much obliged, now let's be off, no time to waste. Quite be enough, yeah. Might as well just do these. I was gonna do a fate, but I'm gonna need these currents anyway, so I might as well get them done with. Jump over this way. No. Oh, there it is. How do I get over to there? There's that bridge. No. How do I get over there? Oh, it's gotta be that way. Yeah, that way and over, I'm guessing. place can be a little bit confusing. So I gotta get to there. Argos, wait a minute. Is that actually all I need? No, wait a minute. Because I still need to get, like, there. How the hell do I get there? I don't see any bridge there. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna speed this up. Gotta go to there. So I should be able to get to there. Yep. Awkward way of doing that, but okay. Oh, that hunter was cool. Crash site is just ahead. If you find anything that may prove useful, I'd be grateful if you could retrieve it for me. Sure. Oh. Where'd you come from? Sorry about the interruption. Onward then, or after you. Large is that? I wonder what secrets it holds. Bit of Allegheny technology is certainly fascinating. Shame it's too bulky to carry back. Oh, that herpes I saw earlier wasn't bad. Brought us offline, but appears to be transportable. You place it in your ambiguously sized bag. That right now. If you go a moment longer, that drone would have delivered more. Now, did you find anything of interest? Oh, let me have a look. No, you're right. I must wait until we get back. Head back. 100. Man, I'm gonna be just shy. I think. Trying to save the cookies for dungeons. Save it last now. Show me what you found. This program installed in this all-purpose storage and operating device not currently functional. It's difficult to tell what it does. This is an Allegan decryption unit. With it, we could read Allegan tombstones about history, science, poetry. If we had any, which we do not, an adventure for another day, I suppose. Nevertheless, I'm deeply excited by the prospect. As I'm sure you can tell, you have my heartfelt gratitude. Ah, so close. Probably do a quick fate. No quick fates to do. I don't want to do these other quests. I want to do them with alts. Or not alts, my other classes' jobs. Torrens Loports for mealtime. Oh, bother yon, there's no sign of any of them. It's almost time to eat. You there. If you happen to be heading to the Curatorium, could you let my fellows know it's mealtime? If we don't eat, I can't take my nap. Sure. Many thanks. They should come running at the mention of carrots of happiness. So just say those 3 magic words and they'll be on their way. My friends aren't wont to refuse a well-prepared carrot, especially when it's a carrot of happiness. The mere mention should have them hopping back here in no time. Say. Oh, there it is. Oh, carrot, my carrot, the prize we saw is one. Carrot of happiness. What? They're serving carrots of happiness today? Deep, luscious orange, a tempting, slender silhouette. Wait for me, my darlings, I'm coming for you. These desks are actually harder to hop on than they look like. Oh wow, the music's different here. Like the old Final Fantasy music. Oh, my whiskers are with visitor from the theorist. What do I do? What do I say? And have you brought any snacks? Could that mean yes, it must be time to eat at last. Oh, how I've waited for this moment. There's nothing like carrot of happiness to fill the void in one's belly and soul. Take the square root of the roots and you get. Carrots of happiness, say? Is it that time already? Working out projections for optimal carrot production based on the total population of theirs to ensure that. Oh, never mind. I must make haste or I'll miss out in seconds. You've returned and everyone else accounted for. Sustenance is essential for us Loporits, though I suppose people are the same. In case we expend a lot of effort in raising a whole variety of carrots of happiness or new cultivar that are particularly uncomforting now. It seems almost silly to have our workers consume so many carrots just so we can produce more carrots. But that's a problem that can be solved with even more carrots. No need to worry about details or work out the fingers just as soon as what were we talking about? Okay, got enough for the next level. Ooh, enhanced healing magic, nice. Alright, I gotta stop the VOD here because I gotta take care of a few things and I'll keep the stream going for a little bit longer. But I'll be right back.